All right. But all right, let's move on to the next story. All right. Shout out to Pharrell. You still a dope beat maker. All right. That we gonna give you all day. But when it come to fashion, baby, you use a little swagger jack in the ass nigga. Now, getting into the verses last night, y'all know I was live watching it. I didn't put it on the screen because of the music. I ain't want to deal with all the copyright um nonsense. So I just, watched it while y'all watched it and I just commentated on it. I gave the win to No Limit. They got it, you know, they got it by, not by much. I was keeping score song for song, and then No Limit just started just coming back to back to back to back. And not that it wasn't a blowout. It definitely wasn't a blowout. I would say it went to the decision. It went to the tail of the tape. It went to the decision. And Kareem Spiggity, you was down there last night. That's what's up. I would have went too if it wasn't that complex con. If it was anywhere but complex con, I would have went because complex con is a bunch of young dudes, and like they had this dude that was hosting with Ebro, right? This dude was only 26 years old, bro. Do you understand? 26 years old when No Limit and Cash Money was just getting started. This dude wasn't even, he was just a twinkle in his daddy's eye. He wasn't even like, he wasn't even in his daddy nutsack yet. Like he ain't even hit the fallopian tubes yet. Like that nigga, he wasn't his mother wasn't even carrying him yet. Like this dude was 26 years old sitting there trying to talk about No Limit and Cash Money. I'm like, come on, man. This is why exactly why I didn't go to Complex Con. Because I knew it was gonna be a bunch of kids that was in baby seats when at that era. Y'all was riding around in baby seats. Y'all couldn't even repeat the words yet. Some of y'all wasn't even born yet. Your mother was riding to school, dropping your big brother off, and you was in the baby seat. You know what I'm saying? When No Limit and Cash Money was in their heyday, when Hot Boys was out, when Juvenile High was out, y'all wasn't even born yet. And they got this little dude up there, 26 years old, hosting a No Limit Cash Money. Like, come on, man. It's 2025. So that means the dude was born in 99. And y'all got him hosting with Ebro. That is, I tell you, if it was like the normal verses where it is more exclusive to the culture, the real culture, then I would have went. I was not going to be around a bunch of young niggas just sitting there watching and can't even relate to the music. That's like me going to an NBA young boy concert right now. I would be standing around while all these little young niggas is going crazy. They going ham, and I'm like, I don't know this song. Like, I'm like, it ain't a part of my era. You know what I'm saying? I might vibe to the beat. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to be crazy as if I went to an NWA concert in my heyday. You know what I'm saying? Or a Rock Him concert in '95. You know what I mean? So I just knew that them doing it at Complex Con wasn't good. They should have did a verses with some younger artists. You know what I'm saying? They should have did, somebody more around Cardi B era or something. A look. like at least in our early 30s. Like you can't have niggas up there that's 55 and older and the whole crowd full of kids that's in their 20s. They be like, "Oh yeah, my mother used to listen to this song. Oh, my daddy used to listen." They wasn't in the club when the song was rocking. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, No Limit took it uh just by by a decision. It wasn't a blowout. It was close. And I'm not gonna lie, the nigga Juvie he held it down for Cash Money. For Lil Wayne not to be there. Like if Lil Wayne was there, it might have been a blowout. You know what I'm saying? Because Lil Wayne got too many hits. Like, and the crowd would have went. Well, I don't know about the crowd because the crowd was a young crowd, but they would have been more relatable to Wayne anyway, because Wayne is the youngest out the crew. But Birdman must have really pissed off Lil Wayne. Now, these are just rumors. Well, this is one fact. One fact is Lil Wayne was in I was gonna say in New Orleans. Lil Wayne was in Vegas last night. He had a show at Drea's last night. So it's not like he wasn't in Vegas or he couldn't make it or he was sick and he couldn't perform. He had a show that night after the verses. Now, rumor is, it is rumor that Lil Wayne got a problem with Birdman and a part of the rumor is since that Young Thug trial happened and Birdman name was brought up in the trial, and that allegedly, you know, them dudes shooting up Lil Wayne's tour bus that came out in the trial, and they was allegedly saying, Bird Gang, Rich Gang, and those was the people responsible for it. I think, well, allegedly the rumor is that Lil Wayne feels away, because now he knows that allegedly Birdman might have been behind that, or he was on the side of the people that shot up Lil Wayne tour bus. So I think, according if what they saying is true, I would think that that's the reason why Lil Wayne ain't show up. You know what I'm saying? Turk, we already know that uh, him and BG been having problems. You know, excuse me. And being that him and BG been going back and forth, that's what got Turk kicked off the tour because they saying that it was a security risk. Like they thought that they may get into it or whatever. But Birdman did shout out Turk and called him a little bitc, you know the rest, and said, "Yo, they'll deal with Turk whenever they ready to, bring him back around." But I guess right now they not rocking with him. But Birdman definitely went viral when he said that about Turk. And you see Mia X, she was standing behind Birdman. She was laughing. Next thing you know, her face changed. Like, wait, what just happened here? But I'm keeping solid. If that's Wayne reasons for not being there, then I stand with Wayne on that. I'm not gonna be hanging around niggas. I don't care who they are. I'm not gonna be hanging around dudes that try to get me murked, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I also heard that P went over there on that side of the stage to shake Birdman's hand, and he wouldn't shake his hand. I don't know how true that is, but I'm looking for the footage to show that because I did see P go on that side. Because some people went on that side. BG came on the No Limit side. Juvie came on the No Limit side. It was a lot of love going back and forth. After all the years of them not rocking with each other. Me, I say they take that show on the road. Do a Cash Money, No Limit tour, and get on the road and get that bag. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I saw Mercedes. She was mad that shout out my man Mac. Mac performed that song from her album. Um, I can't think of the name of that song. If You My Boo or something like that. But um, I like the fact that No Limit had a lot of their artists up there, and P let a lot of different artists touch the stage. Like Mac touched the stage, Fiend touched the stage, Mia X touched the stage, Silk touched the stage. Who am I missing? Chopper touched the stage. Chopper style, chopper style, chopper style, chop. Man, No Limit, they rocked. They rocked. Even though Lil Romeo, he didn't perform. He was there, but he didn't perform. Like it was no reason for Lil Romeo to perform because his song was for like the kids. And if the crowd the verses was more on the mature side than the little kid side. And I could see if Cash Money had like a little kid artist that they brought out, and then Lil Romeo could have did one of his joints. But Lil Wayne was older than Romeo, and his music wasn't uh, kid friendly. And Wayne didn't show up anyway. But I wonder if Wayne's gonna come out and address why he didn't show up. Oh, I forgot about Snoop Dogg. Good looking, mister. Yeah, Snoop Dogg too. Snoop Dogg, he even came out and did his joint with C Murder, rest in peace, Magic, you know, and think, no mystical, like no limit would have been it would have been slaughter if Mystical was home and got on that stage and they didn't have Little Wayne, it would have been really bad for them. But I really want to see what I really want to see what Lil Wayne gonna say, man. I really want to see what Lil Wayne gonna say if he address it, because I know it's people reaching out to him, trying to get him to address it. But the fact that he was in Vegas still and didn't show up, that speaks volumes on how he feel about Cash Money. And he might not have no beef with Juvie or BG, but he definitely got a problem with Birdman, in my opinion. you know. And I don't even think it was a money thing because I mean, how much money could you really pay all of them to be there? I don't think it's a money thing. But yeah, but to see Lil Wayne at Dre's last night still perform and then come across the street for the verses is bananas. It's bananas. And I know Birdman is hurt. I know he hurt by that. Cause he wasn't calling Lil Wayne his son last night. He wasn't calling his main he wasn't calling him his son last night. But whatever he did, Weezy F baby, you could forget the baby. Weezy F baby, you could forget the baby. Weezy is not messing with Birdman. It is evident. It is super clear. So for the fans and me as a fan, I was disappointed that Lil Wayne didn't come out. I would have loved to hear him do the block is hot. I would love to hear him do stunting like my daddy, hustler music for the ladies, Mrs. Officer or whatever that song is. Like on fire, a Millie. They played a Millie like that. That was corny. That was corny. For them to play, yeah, Mrs. Officer. What you call it? For them to play a Millie last night and Lil Wayne wasn't there. That was corny, bro. That was corny. Like if he would have popped out, I would have been like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? But for them to not for them to play his song and he wasn't there showed you that he was missed. They was like, yo, play a Millie, man. They killing us. That was like Fat Joe playing Big Pun song. Nigga, you ain't on that song. That ain't your song, and you ain't write that song. Fat Joe talking about, nah, I executive produced it. Ja Rule was slaughtering Fat Joe. But it was still entertaining though. I enjoyed it. I like when Birdman did number one stunner, and then P came behind him with bow it, bow it, bow it, bow it. They was waiting for that one. They went crazy. They went crazy, man. Shout out No Limit. Shout out everybody on No Limit. Shout out Cash Money. Shout out everybody on Cash Money. It was entertaining. It was very entertaining, and I like to see that the whole at the end of the day, the whole city of New Orleans won. You know, to see them both on the stage and all the beef and stuff over the years, I'm sure there's probably people that lost their lives over that beef. And for the city, I'm sure the city was on fire. It was good. It was good. It was a good versus. I'll definitely put that in one of the top five verses. You know what I'm saying? But that Dipset versus the Locks, that's definitely top three verses. Definitely. And then as you can see, Jada and them, they wasn't doing no lip syncing. Cash Money and No Limit. Them niggas was up there lip syncing like a mother. Like they supposed to all have instrumentals and put on the show like a concert. But niggas is old, they be forgetting their lyrics. So it's different. But other than that, let me move on to the next story. Wheezy, we need to hear from you, Wheezy. Wheezy, we need an explanation as fans. Not as, getting in your business, but as fans, Wheezy, you got to give us an explanation of why you ain't show up. And you was in Vegas, bro. You got to tell us something, Wheezy. You know what I mean? Most of us even watch because of you. You know what I'm saying? There's no Cash Money without you, Weezy, and we really want to know why you didn't show up. But